the world. Co-presenter of the global podcast, The News Agents and The News Agents USA, 11 after 7. Let's cross to the US. Listening to that now is Neama Rahmani, who's Californian attorney, CEO of West Coast Trial Lawyers, and a former federal prosecutor. So straight to you with a question. As and when the judge has to weigh up whether or not we're looking at a prison term, what will go through their mind? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. Prison term is not going to happen, and this is why. Under New York law, these are just Class E felonies, the least serious type of felony under New York law. And logistically, it would be an absolute nightmare to send Donald Trump to New York State prison with Secret Service protection, isolated from the general population. And what was also telling is that Trump violated the gag order in the case at least 10 times. And Judge Juan Merchan didn't jail him, didn't hold him in contempt. Trump is going to get probation on July 11th. Now, he may, if he's not reelected, face prison time in the other 3 cases, but not in this New York hush money case.
Now, 2 of those are related to efforts to overturn his defeat in the 2020 presidential election, and another over reportedly hiding secret government documents at his home in Florida. When are those cases heard, Neama?
Well, the Trump team has done a masterful job delaying the cases. The D.C. election fraud case is on hold. It stayed pending the U.S. Supreme Court's decision on presidential immunity. And in Florida, in the classified documents case, the Trump-appointed judge, Eileen Cannon, has taken the trial date off calendar indefinitely and has ruled in favor of Trump at every possible turn. There's also some procedural hurdles that have to happen before classified information is disclosed to the defense and admitted at trial. So that trial isn't happening. And in Georgia, Fani Willis, the prosecutor there, was the last to file. She charged 19 co-defendants. And importantly, she hired her boyfriend as a special prosecutor, creating a whole sideshow and a circus that's now on appeal. So that case is nowhere near trial. So I think there's a very real possibility that if Trump's elected in November, this is the only criminal justice that he'll receive.
Finally, it sounds damning, 34 verdicts, but I read, Neama, that this is quite procedural, if you will, because they actually boil down to, in some instances, sort of subsections of the main crime. Is that sort of accurate as how you guys do the prosecutions?
This is a unique law in New York. It's only been charged just a handful of times, and false business records in New York, they're just a misdemeanor. But if they're further in sub or to cover up another crime, they're elevated to felonies. Still low-level felonies, but felonies nonetheless.
Neama Rahmani, thank you. You're an attorney in California, CEO of West Coast Trial Lawyers and a former federal prosecutor, 14 after 7. Well, where do we take this? Your reactions to the man. Of course, he's not actually, he's what they call the presumptive candidate for the Republicans. It still has to be, of course, I can't see, unless he's in jail, I can't see it going the other way. But he does actually have to be endorsed in July. What would it mean for that election? John in Wellington. John, you're on the radio. Your reaction to extraordinary news that travelled the planet within seconds last night. Good morning.